Is everything running right in the rain? Okay.
No, I fell off a cliff.
Good, good. Hello and welcome everyone to HTMcast number 15! What?
Nothing.
You may continue.
I'm Ty and I'm confused.
I'm a Mishy, a tool, stupid.
I'm a hat, and Mishy's funny.
What'd she do?
Her silly response right before we started. Moving on.
Hello, welcome. We do more than just giggle on this podcast. We talk about news and stuff of games and things and places.
That's only guaranteed 50% of the time.
Yes. We mostly talk about League of Legends, but we talk about other games and stuff too. Well, you know, we had a whole separate podcast devoted to other games in League of Legends.
This is podcast number 15, by the way.
Yeah, we're getting
I said that.
really high up
Good.
into the numbers. I didn't hear him, so
Yeah, I didn't hear him either.
that's cool.
You guys were too busy freaking giggling.
We're cooler, so
You're just mad because you
News
weren't in the loop.
feed!
wait. All right.
Mission begin.
So, not a lot to talk about this time, but there are three things I really want to talk about. First off, Riven's got a splash art upgrade, and it's amazing if you haven't seen it. What do you guys think about it?
10th time is the charm.
Yeah.
I'm sort of indifferent to Riven, so...
Dude, I hate Riven, like, with a passion.
I hate Riven and I hate Riven players, but the splash art's really nice.
Yeah.
As long as the Riven players are happy, I don't really care. It
It's
was okay,
really
I
good.
guess.
It's really good.
But you guys remember, it was when you guys first joined League of Legends that Riven came out, and she went through like 4 different splash arts before they settled on one.
Did she really?
Yeah.
I just remember you and me fighting over her. And now
The first
neither of us
one,
play her.
she looked really stupid. The second one, she looked really stupid and her arm was bent the wrong way. And then the third one was like, okay, we're done, we're tired, we're just going to make this one and it's going to be done. And thankfully it was really good. And then they fixed that. So technically it was a 4th one. And then they changed Redeem Driven.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they recolored her splash art to better reflect on what it was in game, because on the splash art it was this really cool cerulean blue. But in game it's teal, so people were thrown off by that quite a bit. So they fixed that.
Oh, blue.
And
You have
then
so many shades.
Crimson Elite Riven, her tights weren't tight enough, so they tightened that up a bit.
Oh,
And then-
that's a good change, yep.
For Battle Bunny Riven, they had to update that every time they wanted to add a new Noxian to the background.
Wait, they're adding things to the background of that one?
No, I'm lying.
Oh.
That
Well,
would've
then.
that would have been cool, though.
So hopefully this is her final splash art.
It's not.
Until League revamps its art style again in a year or so and has to redo all the splash arts again.
This one's really good. I'd be really surprised if they changed it again for a while.
I personally think she still looks weird, but I think I'll always think she looks weird. I don't know.
Probably.
I can't say exactly why. She just is.
Okay. So, next, Master Yi is the next person for a visual upgrade.
Visual as well as kit rework.
Yeah, which is surprising. No more APE.
For the visual rework, it was stated right at the beginning of the thread that for almost every day that the people were working on the visual upgrade, they had to watch the Pro as Heck Guide to Master Yi and take that to heart. Master Yi needed the cool trench coat, the Splinter Cell goggles, the sword boots, and the cool thingamabobs on his sword. We don't know what they do, but they're cool and they need to stay.
Like the earring looking things?
Yeah, they're actually weighted rings to make the sword, hit harder when he swings it. And now apparently they're animated now, so the rings will like fling back and forth as he swings the sword, and that'll look really
That's
cool.
a nice touch.
They made his Splinter Cell goggles a lot more realistic and nicer looking. He pretty much looks the exact same, except he's all high definition and slick looking, which is what people wanted for the Master Yi rework, because he had a really cool, idea, concept, and outfit. And if they had given him like a full rework like Sejuani, I don't think people would have liked it as much.
And if you just look at them, like the two different versions, the old you is kind of ugly.
Oh, he was hideous.
This,
Oh my
this
gosh.
is such an improvement.
I'm glad though. He looks really cool. What are they doing to his abilities? Do we know?
Well, first and foremost, they are fixing up all of his other skins as well, including Predator Yi, the one that just got released. So yeah, they're all getting the visual update, and his abilities. Oh gosh, it's quite a bit to say if you don't know what Master Yi does in the first place. But pretty much, they are killing APE for now. Right now, they don't care about APE balance. They're going to get ADE right, and then bring in APE later. So right now, APE is not going to be as good. So you can finally enjoy ARAM again. His Alpha Strike thing. That's when he disappears, slashes everybody, and then reappears. That will now benefit from critical strike and attack speed. And they fixed it so it's a lot more consistent of how long he disappears for and where he reappears. It's not going to apply on hit effects. This is a lie, but it will apply. It might critically strike, and for somehow it benefits from attack speed, as well as it scales off attack damage now. It doesn't scale off AP anymore. His Meditate, that's when he heals for a smack ton and you can't kill him. That will heal him for more when he's low health and heal him less when he's full health. And it's now full-on damage reduction. So it's the same as him getting 300 bonus armor and magic resist, unless you are building shit tons of penetration. Now his E is the biggest change, because now that scales off a % of his attack damage. At first it was like, you get 10 free attack damage, 15, 20, 25. So at the early game, you would have 25 attack damage out of nowhere. You could turn that into 50, and then you could auto-attack somebody to death at like level, 5. And you would have so much attack damage, it would kick the living crap out of them. Now, it's not going to scale, it's not going to be that scary in the early game, but now it's actually going to translate into late game. So where that skill became useless as the game went on, it's no longer going to do that. But when you activate it now, you always get the AD boost, but when you activate it, all your attacks will now do bonus true damage. And that bonus true damage will be applied on his Alpha Strike, unlike other on-hit effects. And then finally, the Highlander, it's when you activated it, and then you killed somebody, it refreshed all your cooldowns, so you could pretend that you were Katarina. But now it activates, but it doesn't refresh its own cooldown, but if you kill somebody with Highlander on, it will extend the duration. So you can't technically, you can still be Katarina, I guess. But they just changed a lot of the way he works, and made him a lot more user-friendly.
How are APE players going to feel about this?
Let's be honest. I'm going to be completely and totally honest. If you played APE, you deserved a swift kick in the balls with a steel-toed boot. And that's what this is. So you have the community of APE players who are really sad, and then the rest of the LoL community who is laughing their asses off because this is long time deserved.
So is this the part of the podcast where we go ha 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 in your face?
Yeah, because I really liked APE, but oh gosh, if you played APE, you were a bad person, just like playing AP Tryndamere.
The only time you should do it is in ARAM, and that's just because you can't not do it in ARAM.
It's true. AD sucks so bad in ARAM, and AP is so good. It's like choosing between getting a pile of mush and getting a pile of gold.
APE wasn't bad on SR, was he?
He was really annoying to lane against, and he could go Katarina on you, where he got a pentakill out of nowhere, even though he was behind, and that pissed off people. It was also really boring to play.
He can still jungle with this new kit, right?
Yes, and his jungle is now more consistent. He's going to have a consistent jungle clear time, as opposed to, I don't know, I don't remember the exact thing about his Alpha Strike, but current Yi, when he Alpha Strikes, he had a chance to like apply a sort of Wriggles effect on each of the monsters that he hit, so he would do a ton of bonus damage to minions and monsters. So, Jungle Yi, AD or AP, when he used his Alpha Strike, he could either clear the jungle so fast because he got a proc on each single camp, or he would be the slowest jungler in the world because he never got a proc at all. Now they fixed that, and he's going to be a lot more consistent. So he'll be slower than at his worst, but he'll be so much faster than at his best. He'll be slower than at his best, but he'll be a lot faster than at his worst.
Okay.
I just want to say, I'm just been staring at the skins, and they're really cool. Like, I just think they're so much better than what they are now. Like, Assassin EX, he has like his own style. And
he's got his own sword and everything.
And Ionian E is not hideous looking. And
the splash art for that one is so good. I'm so sad. I'm so glad the skin is good now too.
Yeah. And then I just really like the lightsaber effects for Chosen E. He
looks like an actual Jedi now.
Yeah, they did really good on this.
All right, will we move on?
Yes.
All right, so the last thing I want to talk about is something kind of small. It's only on the PBE currently, but now when you're loading into a game, your summoner icon will appear where it says your name and your ping and stuff like that. So that's kind of neat, I suppose.
It makes summoner icons matter more.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm really indifferent to it until we get more options for summoner icons or more way to like earn them. So it's actually worth showing off, going, hey, look at this, look what I got. You know what I mean?
I am very proud of my Christmas Hippolytus one. I get compliments on that one all the time.
I'm just saying, like, for that it's okay, but it's not Christmas anymore. So I hate having a Christmas icon. I want there to be a cool way to earn really cool icons, and then I'll be more excited that it shows them off now. Because at the moment, I'm kind of just like, you know.
I mean, they're getting better about it, because we have a lot of cool Lunar Reveals icons, and they just got the whole thing with the tribes going.
Yeah.
We had to earn icons.
They are working on them, but yeah, and I do appreciate that, but right now I'm indifferent until we get more options. It'll be cool when we do get the options, or when there's another big event like the Freljord event where it's more of a big deal when you pick size because everyone knows what you want.
It would have been really cool if they had done this before the Freljord icons.
Yeah. That
so you could see who you're up against and stuff. But oh well.
But I really, you know, this just brings me on the tangent. I really want to see what they are going to come up with for summoner icons, because they've already stated they're working on a process for people to earn them. And I like achievements.
Want to see the Noxian Civil War, and so we get, you know, like the 3 icons, just like with the Freljord, but it's like the different sides of Noxus. People who side with Katarina, people who side with Swain and Darius, and then people who side with Riven. That'll be really cool.
I'd love that. I mean, I'm automatically on Swain's side, but, you know, I'd like to see the other guys try.
And that's all I have for my section.
Alright, Tumult's Forum Lurking! Grumpy Monkey. Does anybody know who Grumpy Monkey is?
Me. He's like that monkey guy who's always really grumpy.
Good. He's also an artist at Riot. He's like...
Grumpy artist?
Yes.
So, like,
he's one of...
He draws monkeys.
So he did Wukong, then. What's with...
He is the leader of
Wait, I
the rework team.
have one more. What's with Riot and hiring artists that are animals? You're good.
He's the leader of the rework team. He spearheaded the operation to rework Yi and Ash and all those guys. And he's the one that's, you know... Oh, in Sejuani too. And he's, you know, one of the big major people behind reworking Sivir. And now he's got his own personal art thread where he is going to post all sorts of different concept arts that have been either lost to time or, you know, sitting around on his desk.
Like that
so
Vi
we can
one?
see... Okay, we'll talk about the Vi one. The first thing he posted was a 3D turnaround model of Master Yi, the new Master Yi. So you can see in really good detail what that looks like. And then he posted the link to how to sculpt your own 3D model if that's what you're into. And then he posted early Vi concepts. I remember a long time ago, Iron Stylist said that they had considered Vi being a crazy mechanic girl and being around on rolling around on roller skates. Like, if you've seen Vi's Q where she charges up the punch and shoots forward, that would make perfect sense with her having like rocket boosters on her arms, and then she slides on the roller skates to go hit the person. But they voted against that, and Mishi, you have the picture pulled up.
Yeah.
Have this picture pulled up on the podcast.
Will do.
Tiny little pink bikini bottom. Oh my gosh, it looks so terrible.
So bad.
Oh.
You can definitely
He
tell.
posted a second one that wasn't as bad, but oh my gosh, this could have been Vi at one point. I don't even know what to say.
It's nice to see how their concept phases start and what it
Yes.
leads to, though, because oh my god, I would not know that. I thought that was some like DeviantArt thing you linked to me that someone had done.
I have bookmarked this thread, and I suggest anybody watching this go bookmark that thread as well, because he's going to be constantly updating it with cool little concept arts and stuff. He posted like an early 3D model of Jace, as well as one of the early concepts of New Soraka. It's so much good stuff.
I wouldn't mind devoting a section each podcast going over some of the new stuff. If you guys are up to
If
that.
he posts that much, then sure.
Well, I mean, every once in a while I post a couple new things. We can talk about it. I mean, I love seeing concepts. I love seeing where things can go. And it's really inspiring as an artist because no artist can...
You see that not everybody does it right on the first
Yeah,
try.
and it's nice to see, well, if I draw something and I'm kind of like it, but I think I could do better, it's nice to see that, hey, at least I know I can accomplish better because I've seen other people do it. So, as an artist, I think this is great.
Vi going from tiny pink bikini bottom to get down.
I mean, in general. But, yeah, I suppose.
It seems like Riot in general is like moving towards showing a lot of the concepts and stuff, because they did this with Howling Abyss. They did a lot of really cool pictures with early Howling Abyss development.
You want to know what my favorite part about that is, though? It makes the game feel so personal. And the people,
Yes.
There's so much communication with Riot and so much, hey guys, look at this dumb thing that we did. Like the Katarina concept for her Christmas skin was kind of like really weird. So I love seeing this, and I like that they're willing to say, look at this horrible thing that I did, that we were talking about it. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a trend I approve of.
And I like them going, hey, look, we can make mistakes, or hey, look, we're not perfect on the first try. And it just makes it feel so personal.
Where Blizzard would be like, this is what you get, it is perfect, we will never change it. Riot's like, oh man, we could have done this, and we could have do that. Oh, let's do that. Let's just remake Sejuani.
And I really like that, and I really appreciate them for that. But that's enough on that topic, I suppose.
No, not enough on that topic. If you want more reason to love Riot, Medler went into how the champion design process works. It's a really long post, and I didn't get through all of it, but he pretty much prefaces the whole thing by, like, one of the best ways of them getting new ideas for champion concepts is that they call a weekly board meeting with a bunch of random people, like who work for Riot, as well as the champion design team, and people just pitch their ideas. And they take their favorite pitches and see where they can go with it. So it's just a whole bunch of people in a room, yelling, an egotistical nonsense who juggles freaking axes, man.
I would love
And
to
that's
see
all I got.
like planning meetings. That'd be the coolest thing ever.
But unfortunately, we can't see every single part of the pipeline thing, because then we're going to start... Iron Stylus explained this. If we know how the pipeline works, we're going to start expecting things more. Like, oh, I just finished Sivir's concept, and I'm throwing it onto the pipeline. If we know how long that pipeline is, it's going to be like, oh my god, Sivir's going to be done in a month? And when that's completely and totally false and things happen. Or she could get scrapped entirely.
Yeah, there's also that problem where, the more they show about throughout the process, the more promises they make with it. And since people already hate change as it is, once they've already adapted to one form of change, if they change it again, it's going to start all over.
It's kind of like what happened with us in Aatrox, where we were paying like a lot of attention to Aatrox, but then he got his like kit reworked 3 different times, and we completely forgot about him because it's like, why even pay attention until he's done?
And then we forgot to talk about his abilities on our last podcast.
Yes.
We did that?
Yes.
Wow, Pastel.
We talked nothing about Aatrox's kit. We went, hey, Aatrox is out. Moving on.
Hey guys, Aatrox attacks you, and he heals, and then he heals some more, and then he kills you.
Apparently, he's the worst champion ever.
I haven't seen anyone play him. But he is out, right? Okay, I haven't seen anyone play him then.
A lot of people are complaining that he's just too hard, and because he's a melee AD carry, and melee AD carries don't work right now. People are flaming Riot for making a melee AD carry when melee AD carries don't work right now.
Yeah, that is a potential problem. But I'm waiting for someone to discover, oh my god, look how amazing he is in X spot, and then he'll be overpowered.
Exactly. That is exactly how this always works. Oh no, you nerfed Sejuani! Oh, Riot, why'd you rework her if you were just gonna nerf her? Oh my god, Riot, nerf Sejuani! She's overpowered and permabanned at all levels.
I like Sejuani.
I hate the community sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
All the time. Fine.
I go to sleep with hate in my mind because of the LoL community. I wake up upset because of the LoL community.
Alright, are we done talking about the LoL community?
No, I hate them. Which is really funny because I'm pretty sure only the LoL community is watching our video, so...
Fuck you guys! Keep watching our videos, like and subscribe. If you like forums and you like the LoL community, then you probably stopped watching this segment. Derailed!
I'm speechless. Berating our entire audience.
It's their fault for being douchebags.
So, you want to talk about Microsoft some more?
I thought we weren't talking about them anymore. You lied to us!
Yes, I do that.
I am unsubscribing.
Good.
Hang on.
Don't want your view. But this Microsoft stuff is not negative. Microsoft recently did a 180 and reversed their policy on used games and online checking. So it seems like they're going to allow used games as they are now in the 360, and they've removed the whole checking every 24 hours thing online, so you don't have to be always connected.
Huh.
Crazy, right?
So you don't have to be connected to internet 24/7 then?
No, it doesn't do the once a day check, and they are going to let use games.
Does it still have the camera that watches me masturbate?
Yep.
But
Ah.
is it always going to be on?
It's what they've claimed so far is it's not an issue, but of course it's probably going to be an issue. The big thing about this announcement, though, is I think this means certain features they've announced are no longer going to be a thing. I think the whole shared library thing isn't going to work anymore. I'm not sure. I don't know the full thing about this. I just know that with this being a thing, they can't have other features now. So this is going to be interesting for people.
It sounds like they're going to have to do a lot of reworking with the new Xbox One.
They're just in the middle of a gigantic backpedal, and they're trying to win back some audience.
My comment about it was that they specifically said that there was not a way to just flip a switch and change all this. And then after all of the hate that they got from E3, they're like, oh, well, we'll just fix it. So I'm wondering if it's really an easy fix, or if it's them making it look like an easy fix when they're going to have to go through and rework so much stuff. Because I
don't think it was an out of a blue thing. I think they've probably been working on this ever since their press conference before E3.
And then they announced it at E3 seeing if it would go over well?
Maybe.
I think it was more that they had nothing else to announce at E3 and that their ancillary plans weren't ready, so they just announced what they had. It was probably a pipeline problem that nobody told the guys on the floor that they were doing a full 180, so they went out with what they had.
Well, if you remember, Microsoft had no interviews or anything after their press conference on E3. They wouldn't talk to anybody. And it's speculated that this is because they were trying to get things sorted, and they couldn't answer all these questions because they didn't know the answers yet. But all in all, this is good. This is what people want, and the last thing that would prevent me from getting an Xbone is the fact that it needs the Kinect plugged in. If that was gone, I'd have no reason to hate the Xbox One anymore, honestly.
I'm really glad to see them caring and making changes like this, because it's always such a big surprise when a big company actually listens to people. Now, granted, they were going to lose a lot of money if they didn't make these changes, but...
I wouldn't use the word care.
Yeah.
More like they care about money, and they were not...
5 years ago, I think they would have just stayed the course and told everybody to suck it up. though. No matter the cost loss. I think the market's changed enough that they can actually listen and adapt to what people want now. Because 7 years ago, Steam wasn't a big deal, PC gaming wasn't a big deal. I think they would have just stayed the course.
Yeah, the market's definitely changing. But yeah, that's happening. Another Xbox-related thing, if you remember me talking about it last time, I think I talked about it last time, how Xbox Live Gold now has something similar to how PlayStation Plus has, where you get a free game every once in a while. Fable 3 is currently still the free game at the moment. You can get it till the 30th, I think. And they've just announced their scheduling for the free games. Not any titles in specific, but you're going to get one of these games every 1st and 16th of the month. So that's 2 games a month. I guess you get to keep them for like 2 weeks. And I think as long as you have them installed, it's probably like PlayStation Plus, whereas if you have the membership, you can keep playing it past the closeout date. That's pretty cool. Free games is a cool thing. And
Do you get to keep these forever?
Like I said, I think as long as you're subscribed to Gold and you have it installed, then yeah, probably. Next up, we have Minecraft news. They've been the latest 3 different patches have been nothing but bug fixes, which is indication that they're probably going to get 1.6 out pretty soon. So that's cool. And other Mojang related news, Scrolls is awesome. I happened to just get this game the other day, and I'm already loving it. And the interesting thing I found out was Carl Mane, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he's the CEO of Mojang, said Scrolls paid for itself in open beta in the first week. Development costs were covered. It's now making a profit.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Now, is it just because, people who play Minecraft bought it? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
I mean, that's the only reason why I would know about it is because of Minecraft.
Let's be fair. It probably didn't take that much money to make this game, and it's nerd cocaine just purified to the most just base sub.
For those who don't know what Scrolls is a collectible card game where cards are scrolls, and you use these scrolls to summon things onto a board, like a board game of sorts. You have to move them around and strategically attack things. So it's got everything you'd want from that. And you buy random scrolls, booster packs, and stuff. It's just, it's a money death trap. And it seems pretty fair, too. The open beta is $20 for a copy, and they do have a premium currency of sorts, which you do not need to buy at all, but if you wanted to, it's there. You can't even buy scrolls with it. You can't buy, packs of them. So you can't, it's not pay to win in any sort. So if people had been buying this game and possibly using that, then yeah, they're probably making a ton of money on this.
That's great.
Just riding the Mojang fame, probably. But yeah, that's really cool. Watch Dogs showed a bit of multiplayer. There's not much to say about this yet. It was like a 3-minute clip that was floating around. I'm not even sure if it was official. It was weird how it was shown. But the basic thing is, you can find other people in your game, and you can either hack them to increase your network or whatever it is. They haven't said specifically what this does for you. Or you can be the one who's being hacked, and you have to hunt down who nearby is hacking you and get them before they flee. It sounds pretty cool. I just want to see the context of it. What does it get you for doing this?
I'm excited. This game is turning out really cool.
I know. I want to play it so bad, but it's not going to be till holiday.
That's closer than you think it is.
Yeah. It's still not close enough.
6 months for them to push the due date back more.
Yeah.
And one of the last things I have to talk about is the Humble Bundle. The Humble Bundle Android 6, which currently consists of Aquaria, Fractal, Oregon Trail Director's Cut, Stealth Bastard Deluxe, and Pulse of which is the Android only. And if you beat the average, you get Frozen Synapse and Broken Sword Director's Cut. and the average is currently hovering around 470.
Cool.
I don't know anything about mobile games, but isn't Frozen Synapse like one of the most popular ones?
Frozen Synapse isn't even known to be an Android game. Frozen Synapse is well, I don't think it is. It was one of the PC games on Steam, and it was like sort of a turn-based / real-time tactical game where you moved units around on this grid, like, and you're trying to kill everybody on the map without losing units and stuff. And you could plan out certain segments of time and then watch them happen. That sort of strategy game, and it seemed to do really cool. I'm kind of curious how that plays on Android. I think it actually says it recommends a tablet rather than like just a phone to play that. That's interesting. I personally, the only game I really know on this is Stealth Bastard, which was the cool 2D stealth game platformer. It just recently got a paid version on Steam. It was like free beforehand on the developer's site, but that's pretty cool. And it's only like 2 or 3 days into the bundle so far, so it'll probably do the thing where it adds like 2 more games within a couple of days.
Sweet.
And then if you've already bought the bundle and beat the average, you'll get those games without having to buy the bundle again.
Actually, how the bundle works is if you've bought it, you get the extra games no matter what, if they add them. It's just not the beat the average games you get. It's interesting. I guess they reward you for purchasing it early. To get the extra games, I think you have to beat the average when they come out afterwards. But yeah, and then the humble weekly sale currently going on is Rochard, which is a neat side-scrolling sci-fi platformer where you have this sort of gravity gun and you're overcoming puzzles and stuff. Really cool game. And the bundle comes with Rochard the game, the soundtrack, the DLC, which adds 4 levels to it apparently, and a digital art book. And the average isn't even $2, so that's pretty cool.
Sounds pretty awesome.
That is all I have to talk about this week, though.
Then I just want to add one last quick thing. My kitty's still cute, guys.
No one cares about the cat.
And she's getting big.
She knows how to work the TARDIS.
Yeah, okay, so I've got a TARDIS cookie jar that I keep her treats in, so if I tap it on the top where the light is, it makes the whooshing noises that the TARDIS makes, and she comes running to get treats. Well, she's finally realized how to do this, so she'll play with the TARDIS and take her paw and push down the light and make it make noise, and then we'll sit there and stare at it and wait for the treat to come out. It's quite cute, and it's really funny.
So Missy tried to train her cat, but now the cat has her trained.
Yeah, because I keep giving her treats every time she does it, so she'll just sit there and keep pushing it. It's funny.
That cat is too smart.
I love that cat.
This has been Ty.
This has been Missy.
This has been Hat.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Y'all have a wonderful week.
Bye-bye.